Hello.
Hello there.
Welcome to another podcast, man.
Welcome to an Indian podcast with me and him.
Oof, oof.
So, what are we on today, mate?
Well, let's not beat around the bush here, because my phone's nearly dead and then we're going to lose all our notes.
That's okay.
Episode 1, we are doing the conspiracies based on who killed JFK and the government having UFOs.
Which do you want to start on first? JFK? UFOs?
I mean, I've got the order written down as who killed JFK and then UFOs, but it's up to you. What do you want to do?
Alright, cool. No, let's do JFK.
No. Alright, we're going to have to use your phone for the research, because like I said, mine's dead.
No worries. Right. Do me a favour, just close that door, big man.
Already sounding good? Whenever I hear weird clinking sounds, I either get worried about what it is or hear them for the next 30 days.
Clink.
Kalinko.
Kalinki. Right, so, to start us off, who really killed JFK?
Well,
now,
he did end up arresting someone, I can't remember who.
So, just so, let's start from the beginning. So you tell me what you know about JFK.
Well, he was one of the US presidents, right? Presidents of the United States of America.
Yeah.
And he ruled for a while, I think. Maybe, like, at least a year, definitely.
I think it were about 6 or 7.
Yeah, alright. Well, and one time, just when he was going to be assassinated, he was assassinated while he was attending this...
One time when he were going to be assassinated, he were assassinated.
But yeah, he were assassinated. What do I say? Do I say slang
what
or
was
regular?
he were assassinated.
He was a bum.
He weren't a bum, he were very rich.
I know. But yeah, he was assassinated when he was attending this sort of parade.
Yeah.
And they suspect, I can't remember his name, but they suspected someone and arrested him.
Do you know where it was?
I can't remember where it was, but I think I remember it was either the real thing or just a fake. We don't really know which. But this guy,
What you're looking over your shoulder for?
I don't know what he.
No one's going to shoot you.
I don't know. He pretended to sell the actual window on eBay, right?
Oh yeah,
the actual
yeah.
window, and I'm pretty sure they still don't know whether it was the actual window or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I know he got a lot of money out of it. So anyway,
I mean, hell, people get a lot of money from selling glass from like royal car crashes.
Yeah, true, very true. So it were in Texas.
All right.
And they were doing
Texas, y'all.
Texas, and they were doing an open top car parade.
Okay.
What a car parade? An open top parade.
Yeah.
And they were sitting in the car, obviously in a convertible,
Yep.
driving along. And one of the buildings that they went past, it were called the Texas Books Depository or Suppository, whatever word, suppository. Yeah,
Suppository.
Depository. And so they go around this corner, and all of a sudden, shots ring out, and JFK slumps forward in his chair, and then and he goes back in his chair, and he got killed. And at first, nobody knew where the shots were coming from. And it were all like pandemonium, people running everywhere.
Yeah, but then people were recording it, so they sniper, I think.
They were in the work. There were one guy called Abraham Zapruder who had an old Cinecam. You know the cameras where you turn it?
Yeah. Lincoln.
Like so he were recording it, and if it weren't for him, nobody would know. No one would even. You'd know, but no one would have had anything to go back and reference at all when they were doing the investigations.
Oof.
It were like one of the most important films ever filmed, because it were the assassination of an American president on film. Anyway, so there's chaos. They drive off, take him to the hospital. He dies, and in the kind of maelstrom, a guy gets chased. I can't remember whether he's chased into or out of a movie theatre. Kills a cop, shoots a cop dead.
Ooh.
And they arrest him, and he's called Lee Harvey Oswald. That's the guy, and he's saying it's got nothing to do with me. Have you ever heard that saying? I'm just a patsy.
No, I've not heard of it, but I can get what it means.
That's what he was saying. I'm just a patsy. It's nothing to do with me. I don't even know. Anyway, so he's charged.
If it's nothing to do with you, then why'd you kill a copper?
Why'd you kill a copper then?
Why were you panicking?
So he's charged, and then on the next, like I think it's the same day, the next day, they're moving him from the police station to another police station past a lot of cameras, and a guy jumps out and shoots him, kills him. Lee Harvey Oswald gets shot dead by a guy called Jack Ruby.
Survival of the fittest.
So yeah, so anything that Lee Harvey Oswald might have known, silenced, so nobody knows.
Yikes.
So anything that he might have known, now nobody knows, and it just goes deeper from there. What they reckon, because when in the video we can't hear the gunshot, but you see him kind of go forward like this, and then he kind of snaps back, and his head snaps back, and his kind of brains blow all over the seat. Yeah, and it looks like he's been shot from behind and shot from in front. If he's been shot from in front, it's not just Lee Harvey Oswald, because he were behind him. So if he's been shot from more than one place, conspiracy. So the genuinely, if it's true that he was shot from the front, genuinely were a conspiracy.
The only thing about that is maybe he just, I don't know, maybe there was a second shooter, but maybe they didn't create the second bullet hole, they just shot through it, because I don't know how that would work, but all I'm saying is the hole might have been created by Oswald, right, from behind, because there's no way to tell him which direction the bullet went, and then the brains just might have fallen out or something, I don't know.
The brain might have just fallen out?
I don't know. What? All I know is that there might not have been a second thing.
Well, they don't know for a fact whether they were or they weren't, to be honest, but
that's where all the conspiracies go.
That's right, so it does look that he's been shot from the front as well. Now, on the where the car were when the shots rang out, to the right of the car and up a hill a little bit, witnesses say they saw a man. It's called the Grassy Knoll.
Yeah, I got that written down.
Yeah, the Grassy Knoll. So witnesses say that they saw a man. Well, some say they saw a man up there. Some say they saw smoke, like from a gun, like up there.
Looney Tunes revolver.
Yeah, so from coming over a fence up on this Grassy Knoll. Some say that a guy in the sewers. There were a guy in the sewers that shot out of the sewers. Teenage Mutant.
The only problem with that is how would the bullet not have ricocheted off the sewer thing?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Assassin.
Teenage Mutant Assassin Turtles.
How would it ricochet from the sewers? What do you mean?
From the it might have been either a grate or it could have been like a sewer lid, if you know what I mean.
No, there were a sewer. If you can imagine like a drain.
Yeah. In
the curb. So they reckon he was stood in the sewers, like shooting out of the curb, not up, shooting out of the curb. Across, but it's it sounds a bit sus to me, that one, but there could have been a second gunman. There could have been, what do I know? And the guy Lee Harvey Oswald, it turns out that he lived in Russia for a time, so they reckon he might have been a Russian agent. All sorts of weird stuff went on in the weeks just before the assassination, so Oliver Stone made a 3-hour film about it. It's called JFK. Good film, really good film. But your attention span's about the length of the time it takes to lick a stamp, so I'd very much doubt that you'll ever watch JFK. But it is a good film.
I mean, I'm just not really into politicky films, to be honest.
No, it's not. It's not politics really. It's more about mystery. It's a mystery film.
You say movie, but is it like an actual movie, or is it more of a documentary?
No, it's more of a movie, but it takes 3 hours. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You're not going to do that. Pull your chair around a little bit, dude. So on the grand scheme of things, what are you saying?
There might have been a second shooter, but in all reality, if there's only one confirmed sighting, we can't really tell, can we?
No, and it's been 40, 50, 60 odd years since it happened. If something were going to come out, it'd have come out by now. If it were an assassination with someone else, if it were a 2-man job, they've hid it well. They really have hid it well. But people
who
still
knows,
talk.
could have been a 3-man job.
Could have been a 10-man job. Who knows? But
and just before, it's another assassination fact, sort of. So you know how there were only 23-ish stab wounds on Julius Caesar's body?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently about 60 people agreed to stab him.
How can they have done?
What? We don't...
He only got stabbed by one man, didn't he? Brutus.
Well...
Et Brutus.
Or maybe, I don't know, maybe
do you know what that means?
Et
Brutus, do you know what it means?
No.
It means, and you, Brutus, as if to say, not you and all. Because Brutus was one of his mates. It's like Judas. It's like Judas with Jesus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Judas, you were my bezzy. What happened?
I got paid.
I got paid them dollars.
I got paid them dollar dues.
And then I threw them away because I was guilty.
I wish I would have been crucified now. But maybe I just misremembered it. Maybe they planned to stab him 63 times or something.
Yeah, maybe. No, he probably didn't. They probably did have to get 60 people together that said they were going to do it so that they could all cover each other.
And then 59 odd people were cowards.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just going to grab a quick drink.
So we'll pause.
I think
you paused it, dude.
Ole!
You meant that loud. It paused the podcast. Right, so...
Oh, for God's sake.
Come on. On the matter of JFK...
That's part of the government.
Conspiracy? More than one man?
Potentially, but we don't really have any proof saying it. The only thing we can say might be proof is a few sightings.
Of what?
So, extra shooters.
Oh, right. I thought you meant of JFK.
What do you think? You're talking about Bigfoot.
I saw him in the pub. No, he's definitely dead.
I saw him in the pub, but when he was in the pub, still had a gunshot through his head.
I sent him in gun and barrel. In book and shot. Right. So, we don't really know, do we, on JFK?
No.
No wiser, no dumber from when we started, but...
At least we have something to talk about.
At the end of the day, there's no different than 3,000 investigators since the date. No one knows. If there were more than one person, they did it really well.
Past is the past, though. Let's move on.
Next, what are we up to?
Well, like I said before, the next topic is: does the government have UFOs? Or
Yes.
just UFOs in general, let's say.
Yes. Move on. No, I think they definitely do. If they haven't caught them, they know about them. Do you see that video about the ones sent off that Navy attack ship?
No, but I know this thing. I think I remember we were watching something. You might not have been paying fully attention. This website called the Black Vault.
Oh yeah.
Technically, they're doing stuff like they're leaking government documents.
Yeah.
Sort of. In a way that technically abides.
Spit it out, lad.
They're leaking government documents in a way that still technically abides by the law.
Yeah. So they're not breaking any secrecy laws, and they're leaking them bit by bit to reporters.
I saw one. I was just browsing through it in my spare time.
Leave it. That's the recorder.
Oh yeah. I was just thinking we could go on it because I saw this one about this guy in a jetpack flying over Los Angeles. I think.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
No,
we could cover that next time.
The one I was talking about, we're off an American attack ship, like Navy ship.
Yeah.
And one of the big aircraft carriers, and one of the pilots, loads of the pilots got sent on a training mission. So they took off from the ship, flying hundreds of miles. Pretend this, pretend that. Anyway, they get a call through the radio. Exercise terminated. Real world vector, which means they've got a real world problem. So they give them the coordinates, they fly out there, and David and the cheapest sound effects in the world, don't we? And the captain were called David Fravor. And when he gets there, he sees he said it was like a cross under the water, just under the water. So the water.
Tablet's got low battery.
That's alright, no worries. So hang on.
Hunger. Hunga bunga.
So there's like a cross just under the water, so the water's breaking over the top of it, like the sea over a stone.
Yeah.
When there's a stone just under the water. And just above this thing, there's it calls it the Tic Tac. Have you ever heard of the Tic Tac? Tic Tac UFO?
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
So it looks just like a Tic Tac. Or if you can imagine if Apple designed a UFO, just a pure white pebble. And it's going all directions, but it's not like in one place, setting off, speeding up, getting there. It's just one place, next place, and it's flying around like that. So he goes to chase it. Anyway, they can't keep up with it. But the craziest thing were they had like coordinates for where they were going. Now he doesn't know his next lot of coordinates yet. The people in the boat do. He doesn't. So the boat give him his next coordinates. He flies there. This Tic Tac's waiting for him. So it knew his next destination before he did. Crazy.
Oh.
So anyway, he didn't have cameras, or his cameras weren't turned on or whatever on that flight. Anyway, the flight after him sets off. You listening?
Yeah.
The flight after him sets off. They have the cameras on. So they're the ones that take the Tic Tac footage. Now, the Tic Tac footage...
It's just a box of Tic Tacs flying though, yeah.
It's just a dude flicking Tic Tacs off a boat. Massive Tic Tacs.
Yay!
So anyway, they capture this footage, and you can see it's like just a little white dot just floating in the air, and then all of a sudden, it just goes... Now, bear in mind, this thing will float in there for hours. Hours and hours and hours and hours, just sat there. It's perfectly still in the middle of the air, thousands of feet up, just sat there. Now, no ship, no aircraft has the fuel to be able to do that for that many hours, to just sit there. Nothing like controlled by man has the power to do that. So that alone, as well as the millions and millions and millions of other cases and stuff like that, tells me personally that there are UFOs. I don't know if the government's got them, but there are UFOs, definitely, I think. What do you think? That's my opinion. What's yours?
There are probably UFOs out there. Well, we call them UFOs, but in all reality, they're probably just spacecrafts or whatever species is controlling them.
Yeah. So from outside this world.
Yeah. Potentially. Well, most probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But there is maybe a slight chance. I mean, unless you're a government official or something, you can't really leak those stuff. I mean, you can't leak it even if you're a government official, but I guess by that point you know about it.
Yeah. I mean, once you get to a certain point in the government, they'll inform you.
Yeah.
They'll obviously say to you, look, people are idiots. Individual people, a person is smart, clever, rational, calm. People together are panicky, angry, worried, scared groups. If we were to tell half the world or the whole world that, oh, guess what, there's aliens, you know, all the religious people in the world who thought that we are the only God's creation, they're all going to freak. Are people going to go to work the next day? Are they not? They don't know. That's why they're not telling anyone, I don't think. I used to want them to tell everyone. Now I'm not too sure. I don't know if it's a good idea to tell people or not.
Off topic, I swear, my face just looks like someone took control of my body for like a day, and someone said to him, be there or be square, and he didn't show up.
Don't know what that means.
My face looks square.
Be there or be square. Oh, you absolute goon.
Alright, back to the topic.
So, you know, for me, I think there's definitely aliens in the world.
There are probably, not in the world, but more the universe, you know.
I mean, if you think about it, right? So there's 5 million UFO reports from all time ever recorded.
No.
So there's 5, so there's 10. All it takes is for one of them to be right, then there's aliens. So it's 10 million to 1 on that there's aliens. You know, people who say there aren't, they have to think of reasons why all 10 million of them are rational, normal, explainable things. People who believe in UFOs, all they need is one of them to be right. So the chances that 1 in 10 million, that every single one of those 10 million reports is
I thought we started out with 5 million.
Well, 5 million then. Every single one of them 5 million reports is wrong. What are the odds? 5 million to 1. So for me, I think there are, definitely.
Also, just as a little joke, maybe 20. Just like guy flinging catapults, massive. Oh, no, guy flinging tic tacs, massive tic tacs, tic tac catapult. Tic tac catapult.
Tic tacapult.
Tic tac catapult.
So, JFK?
Might have been a second shooter, might not.
Maybe. UFOs?
Probably exist. I mean, like you said, 5 million, 10 million-ish to 1.
Definitely. What's next?
Well, let's see. Next episode, you can look forward to cryptids, just general talk about cryptids.
Cryptids.
But then, as a very special episode, a mega episode, basically just about Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
And then, well, just as a timetable for our next few episodes, we've got, for the episode after that, we've got just general topics, sort of unrelated, about how the Titanic really sunk, sort of conspiracy theories about that.
Yeah.
And about this guy called Trevor Henderson. You might know him for creating, like, Siren Head and that. We're just taking a look at some of his creatures that he's made. And then the episode after that, we've got a deep dive, basically just back to our roots with simulation theory and the Illuminati with the New World Order.
Yeah.
And then the episode after that, which is the final episode we've got planned, obviously we're going to make more after that, but just the final planned one so far, which is just going to be about 3 sort of theories about just well-known songs with demonic messaging.
Oh, so if you play the song backwards, it says...
If you play the song backwards, just saying, Hail Satan, Hail Satan.
Yeah, a lot of nonsense.
Hail
But we'll
Satan,
talk about
Hail
it.
Satan.
So what's the next one? What's episode 2?
Skinwalker Ranch, and just speaking about all the cryptids that have been sighted there.
Not just at Skinwalker as well. So we've got Bigfoot, Chupacabra.
Technically the unicorn.
Technically unicorn. Little leprechauns.
Little leprechaun.
No, Bigfoot, Chupacabra. Even Loch Ness Monster. Is that classed as a cryptid?
Yeah, as long as it's like a well-known creature that there's no proof whether or not it exists.
Sasquatch.
Yeah, Sasquatch is basically just Bigfoot but with extra steps.
Do you know apparently Sasquatch stinks? No, seriously.
I mean, that's basically common sense,
That's
isn't
it. No, but no. Is it? I only found out maybe 2-3 weeks ago when I was watching something. Apparently,
Do you think he was bathing?
rather than sit, no, but you can be stood next to it. Well, I suppose a cow does stink, but no, apparently it really stinks. Like you might not see it or hear it, but you'll smell it. Apparently. Also, Big Buck with a shotgun in Minnesota reckons.
Yeah. I guess this is just sort of a mini talk about what we're doing.
No, so that's it, mate. That's it. So next episode, cryptids
and Skinwalker Ranch.
Skinwalker Ranch.
I think we'll actually. What was that documentary you showed me about it that one time?
Yeah,
I think we might as well watch that while we're down here.
Skinwalker.
I think we'll watch that while we're still.
Yeah, we'll have a look for some Skinwalker stuff.
Yeah, maybe we could do that documentary together as well.
Cool. Yeah, we'll watch
if
that.
we've got the time. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like an hour long, but still.
That's alright, we'll smash it.
Yeah,
so, on this one, and that's a wrap. JFK, maybe. UFOs, definitely.
What, you think JFK maybe existed? Well, yeah, JFK 2 shooters, maybe. And then UFOs, pretty much, 1 in 5, 5 million to 1 odds.
That it exists.
Yeah.
Or 1 in 5 million.
Yeah. 1 in 5 million. All it requires is a 1 in,
Well, it just requires 1 of those 5 million reports to be right.
Well, theoretic 5 million, whatever.
5
whatever.
million, 10 million.
Just
one of them.
Don't matter.
Anyway, peace.
Peace.
Peace. See you on the next one.